Hello everyone, in this video we'll be taking a look at the problems that are encountered by researchers. Now we all know that research is a process whereby new knowledge is created, we discover, we innovate, we apply solutions to problems, and it is something whereby always there is an addition to the existing body of knowledge, but it is not a process which is free from problems. And in this video I, Dr. Mariam Narona, will be taking you through these problems. One of the biggest problems that researchers encounter is that they do not have adequate training before they undertake research. Many a time people dive into the research process and realize that some amount of training in data collection, analysis, all of this would have helped them to do better research. So this is a problem which most researchers encounter, and because of that they become very dependent on statisticians. They become very dependent on other people to guide them and help them, when actually research tends to be more of a lonely process. And if you are trained in how to analyze data, how to phrase, how to plan your research, all of this helps you to be more independent. So lack of adequate training. Then there are a number of overlapping studies, like people do not think of studying something original or exploring a facet that has not been explored, because they tend to feel that okay, data is already there, let me just try to build on this. And because of that there are overlapping studies, and it doesn't really end up producing anything qualitative or meaningful. Like there are n number of studies on microfinance, self-help groups, and this really does not help or improve the microfinance sector or the functioning of the self-help groups really. Then lack of assistance. Researchers often experience lack of assistance in things like data entry, in things like formatting, editing, then even statistics. They are unable to get good statisticians, they are unable to get them to help them to analyze and interpret in the right way. So in these things impede researchers. Also, many a time in case of surveys or field work, you need assistance from others in order that you can save time, and this becomes a bit of a problem. Then data and documentation, that is availability of latest published data, documents which you may require. This becomes a little tough if you don't have a good library which you are a member of, or you don't subscribe to enough good journals and things like that, and those are also expensive. So ideally membership of a library which is well equipped, it has all the latest information which you can use, and helpful people who will guide you through that is missing. Then problems of defining the research question. Many a time this first step is not given due attention by the researcher, by their guides also, and because of this then later on it becomes a big problem, like in terms of defining things like period, your scope of your study, then actually verifying whether you can get the data which you need to carry out your research. All of this should be determined at the stage of defining the research question or the problem definition stage, and many a time this is not given due attention. I've heard of people taking up studies in corporate social responsibility of banks, and when I asked the researcher that how is corporate social responsibility of banks different from any other company, the answer was, oh no, it's not very different. I just couldn't get a guide and I wanted so and so as my guide, and they are a guide in banking, and so I chose that. So this is not the way to define a research question, because this does not really contribute qualitatively to the existing body of knowledge. Then the code of conduct. Now many a time we come across people who plagiarize content. Then guides carry out some unethical practices, students also carry out some unethical practices, so the code of conduct is missing. Now UGC has come out with some guidelines for academic research, which I hope you will refer to. I will provide a link to you, and that it will help to improve the quality of research which is being carried out in India, at least. So I hope you found this very short video informative and useful. If you did, please don't forget to hit like, don't forget to leave your comments and feedback. Also, please subscribe to the channel if you find the content here useful, and don't forget to share it with anyone else who you feel might benefit from it. Thank you.